Hi madam, today I'll be explaining two matrix concepts, matrix multiplication and inverse matrices. Now for the first concept, it's matrix multiplication. In question 2, we are given matrices A, B and C. For question 2a, we will multiply matrix A 2 by 3 with matrix C 3 by 2. Since their inner dimensions match, the multiplication is valid, so the result is a 2 by 2 matrix, AC equals to 4 and 2. Now for question 2b, the matrix B is 2 by 2 and matrix C is 3 by 2. Since the inner dimensions 2 and 3 do not match, BC is undefined. Next, we will go over the second concept, which is inverse matrices. In question 4, we are given 2 by 2 matrix A, 4, 2 and 10, 5. So for question 4a, to find the inverse, we will use the formula determinant A equals to AD minus BC. So determinant A equals to 4 by 5 minus 2 by 10, which then equals to 20 minus 20, then equals to 0. Since the determinant is 0, this matrix has no inverse. Now for question 4c, which is also inverse matrix, but a 3 by 3 inverse matrix. So for the first step, we will define matrix C. So we'll start with the 3 by 3 matrix, which is C equals to 2, negative 1 and 0. Now for the second row, negative 1, 1 and negative 2. For the final row is 1, 0 and negative 1. So for step 2, we will have to find the determinant C. So we'll be using cofactor expansion along the first row. And the formula will be D equals to A equals to A11 by C11 plus A12 by C12, then plus A13 by C13, which then equals to 2 by negative 1 plus negative 1 by negative 2, then plus 0 by negative 1, and after calculating, we will get the answer, which is 1. Now for step 3, we will have to find the cofactor matrix. So we will be calculating all minus and the plus signs to get cofactors. So equals to negative 1, negative 3 and negative 1 for the first column. For the second column, negative 1, negative 2 and negative 1. For the final column, which is the third column, it's 2, 4 and 1. Next, step 4, we will have to transpose the cofactor matrix or the adjugate matrix. So the formula will be adjugate C or C over T equals to C11, C12 and C13, C21, C22 and C23, then C31, C32 and C33, which then equals to negative 1, negative 1 and 2 for the first row. Now for the second row, negative 3, negative 2 and 4. Now for the final row, negative 1, negative 1 and 1. And finally, we will go over the final step, which is step 5. So we have to find the inverse. So we will be using the formula C over negative 1 equals to 1 divided by C, then multiplied by adjacent C. So equals to 1 multiplied by negative 1 and 2, then negative 3, negative 2 and 4, then negative 1 and 1. So now we will be continuing the formula. So equals to 1 multiplied by negative 1, 1 multiplied by negative 1 again, and 1 multiplied by 2 for the first column. Now for the second column, 1 multiplied by negative 3, 1 multiplied by negative 2, then 1 multiplied by 4. For the final column, which is the third column, it's 1 multiplied by negative 1, then 1 multiplied by negative 1 again, and 1 multiplied by 1. So now we will go over the final answer. So the inverse will be equals to -1, -1, and 2 for the first row. Now for the second row, -3, -2, and 4. Now for the final row, -1, -1, and 1. So that's the final answer, and that is all from me, madam. Thank you for listening.